All right, guys, here's another story of why I say that British people will help you even if they don't know you. So this refers to when I first arrived here to England and I first moved into my house. And during that time, I was working a lot of hours. And I was just basically strictly going from work, I mean, home to work, home work, home work, um, you know, and I decided basically to do something for myself, to push myself to actually see the neighborhood and see the town. And I told myself that I deserve a good um, pints of beer, right? I deserve to go to a local pub and just experience that, British pub, right? And then overheard that it was the championship for the Euro Cup. Yeah, it was a Euro Cup, football Euro Cup, and I was like, perfect opportunity. I told myself I want to make it my goal to actually go to a pub and watch the football game there for the championship. It was England versus Spain, I believe. Yeah. So we have a pub. We have multiple pubs, but there was this pub especially that I wanted to check out. Right. Every time I go to work, I always see it. So um, that was my first time going to this pub. So what I did was I got all dressed up, very nice, which I'm never gonna do that again because nobody cares how nice you look at a pub. So I got all dressed up and I was like happy because I'm like, I told myself I was gonna like go to a pub and I made my goal. So I enter and I was like, hi, can I please have have a drink? And I was talking to the ladies at the bar. I was like, give me your best, your house drink, whatever you recommend, I take it. I was just happy to be there, like honestly. And there was a and one of the lady at the bar, the bartender said, "Do you have your club card?" I said, "My club card? What do you mean?" She said, "Yeah, your club card. You need that to be able to purchase drink here and be in this pub." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know." And I was like, "Okay, so um, like." I'm just here for the game. Can I just watch the game? Maybe I don't get any drinks. She said, let me ask. And then she asked a lady, I don't know if she was like a manager or whatever. And later on, I realized that they told me that she's part of the committee for the pub. And apparently it's a social club, which I didn't know what a social club was at that time. So, um, yeah, so the lady came up to me and she was like, "Yes, sir, you will need your social card, your member card to actually be here." And I said, okay, can I actually get it now? Like, I'll pay for it, whatever it is. And she said, yes, an annual fee you have to pay, but you have to do it online. I said, well, while I'm here, can I just do it here? Do you guys have like, do the application? She said, no, 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 you cannot do it here. You have to do it online. And I said, okay. I was like, but what if I just like watch just the game? I don't get any drinks. She said, no, you can't be here if you don't have the membership card. And then the whole time I'm like, okay, that's fair. So I asked her, what's the website? She gave me the flyer and they had all the information for the website. And I said, okay. And I said, can I just do it now over the, while I'm here and I can actually stay? She said, no, sir, you have to do it out. You have to do it outside the pub. I said, can I just like, what do you mean outside? She said, no, just you just can't be here. And I was at that time I come up with two plus two together. I was okay. Obviously, I can't be here. Like she actually don't want me to be here. So as I'm walking out, I was walking out to basically um, get some connection for my phone so I can actually go to the website. So I had the paper on one hand, the paper she gave me for the website, and I had my phone on the other hand. And I was like trying to enter, the site, and so I can go and register so I can actually be there because I was like I don't want to go back home. I didn't have a TV that time, and I was like I made my goal to be here, so I might as well just do this. So while I'm in the back here of the pub, there's a gentleman who overheard the conversation and he calls me in. He said, "Come here, buddy." No, he said, "Come here, mate. I sign you in." I said, "What do you mean sign me in?" He said, "Everybody who is a member here is allowed to sign in some guests, so you'll be my guest today." And I was like, "Oh, you sure?" He said, "Yeah, yeah." I was super thankful the guy did that because my phone was having so much trouble with the connection in that area. And during that time, I still had my US carrier, so it wasn't working well here. I haven't changed it yet to officially to a UK phone carrier. So his name was Keith. I will never forget his name. His name was Keith. And so Keith brought me back inside, and he told the lady that was speaking to me. He said, "Hey," he told her, "Hey, he's going to be my guest. He's going to be, with me the whole night." And the lady said, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can do that. I guess we can do that." And she was like, "Well, Keith, you know that if you sign him in, you're responsible for anything that he does to this, this facility." And Keith was like, "It's